the group began to work closely together, frictions became magnified and cracks in the band started to show.
The Roll drummer was a wreck to work with, because sorry to say that, but he couldn't keep time for nothing. And we would sit and take the song over again and over again. And he was just speeding the songs up by 20 to 30 BPM, like a crazy amount. And it was like, oh man, we're never going to get this. So Alex was sitting there and he was just like swearing up a storm, we got to do this right now, this has to happen. He ended up getting the songs, but it was definitely a struggle with that.
Mikey Way, who'd only recently learnt to play the bass, became the unsung hero of the session.
Mikey Way saved the session. Mikey Way, probably one of the smoothest bass players I've ever recorded. Just got down, he knew what he wanted to do, you know. By that point, we were so stressed out from time with doing the drums, doing everything else, you know, the pre-production stuff, and Mikey just came in and did what he had to do. That's one of the big things I remember, just being so impressed with Mikey. Yeah, Mike, yeah, you're ruling it. And he was just so like, cool, I did it, I'm gone.
With the album now finished, the band were working harder than ever at promoting the record.
I would start sending it to everyone I know. Everyone at labels, everyone in bands, you know, everyone I could think of. So before we even had a street date for this record, you know, there was hundreds of copies of it out in the hands of everybody you could think of, you know.
At the time, Mario Comensas was a college radio DJ for New Jersey's WSOU, creating the show Under the Stars. Mario played an integral role in exposing bands like My Chemical Romance, and he was the very first radio DJ to ever play their songs.
SOU is one of the largest broadcasting college radio stations, I believe, in the country. It's almost 90 miles, you know, radius, and it hits some pretty concentrated areas of people in New York and in New Jersey, and even small parts of Connecticut. You know, at the time, in like 98, 99, we were playing music that you could not find on any other station, at least that available. There were other college stations that had a show, maybe, that would play hard rock or metal, hardcore, things like that, but nothing that would play it almost 24/7 like we would. When they gave me that first demo, which was Vampires Will Never Hurt You, I heard that song and just gave me goosebumps, and it said, you know, I'm just going to play you guys and see what happens on Under the Stars, and the reaction was ridiculous, and I knew that there's something special here, and we'll see what happens, and look what's happened.
As far as on the radio side of things, I would give all that credit to Mario for breaking my chem. He took their demo tapes and played them over the air relentlessly, and everyone was calling. By the time I had already come on the scene, they were playing our boat shows, and people were calling up for them at all the times.
You know, I was just playing for fun. These were my friends, you know, and I was happy for them that they were just, you know, just getting a good reaction. I'd like to see people going to their shows, and I like going to their shows and having other people react to them.
I was in charge when we got the new record, and we made the decision to make My Chemical Romance our #1 priority, because we knew that they were going to be, of all those CDs that we'd gotten over those couple months, that was going to be the one that was going to make a mark for some time.
When you count down the requests, there was just so much more for them than there was for any other band at the time.
So, you know, I just helped get it played as much as possible on this radio station, get as much of the underground rock kids in Jersey into it.
To celebrate the release of My Chemical Romance's debut album, Eyeball Records organised a launch party at one of the shrines of New Jersey punk, the Loop Lounge in Passaic.
This is where we did the My Chemical Romance record release show. This is where it all started. This is the first real club they've ever played. This is the first club that would ever have us, quite honestly. And this is actually the first place we ever played the record publicly also. So it's definitely a huge spot in the history of My Chemical Romance and our records.
The first time I heard that record, I just thought it was accessible, but in a different way than everything else was at the time. You can actually make it your own. Like, no matter how you listen to it, you can put your own experiences to that album, and I think that's why people started listening to that, because so much other stuff at the time was so selfish. They were just talking about themselves. This album was written almost in a way that anybody can take it and make it their own.